Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game So today I got a fun and exciting video for you guys today, and one that I've been meaning to make for about a month now. That is because recently on the channel we've been talking a lot about decomps, recomps, and PC ports, and even some of the N64 recomps getting 4K texture packs. Now this isn't a recomp or a PC port, it is Dolphin Emulation, but these are 4K texture packs made by hand by Henriko Magnifico. And when you see texture packs being brought into recomps and PC ports, a lot of times it's because members of the community have already made those packs to work with emulation. So while we wait for stuff like a Wind Waker PC port or any other game like that, in the meantime Henriko has made some of the best by hand texture packs you can possibly get, basically doing even better than Nintendo when it comes to actually having 4K remasters of these games. When I say these things are absolutely hyper impressive, I 100% mean it. It's some of the coolest stuff you can get into when it comes to emulation. Before I get too far involved though, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, I got a Patreon link down below as well. But obviously it should come as no surprise, we're starting this off with Wind Waker, one of the best looking GameCube games ever made in my opinion. And even though the remake of this from Nintendo is a very pretty game, honestly playing the GameCube original with all of the Dolphin enhancements and then Henriko's 4K texture pack, it's just probably the best way, in my opinion at least currently, to go ahead and play this game. Sure, on something like the port, you get the fast sail that will allow you to traverse the sea a little bit quicker, and that is an awesome quality of life improvement, but here these textures just absolutely make up for that, and I'm sure with modding you could put that back in. And it is a really interesting example of what can be done with these textures, because obviously Wind Waker uses a cel-shaded aesthetic, which I think has had the game age even better than most GameCube games. These textures are so impressive, even this dude here is just looking close up, thinking to himself, how did they get that pretty? And you'll see here in the introductory sequence where you basically go through this storybook in Hyrulean text, this absolutely just looks stunning. Henriko does an amazing job taking these games and bringing them to 4K. And just so you know, we're going to be talking about two other games in the video that I've shown you thumbnails for, but the link to their site is down below where they have all of the different texture packs, and I will show you all the ones that exist in just a moment. And as we go into Grandma's house here, one thing I've always wondered, Grandma looks absolutely ancient, but apparently she's just scaling ladders all day long to get up to the upper loft of this house. Apparently stairs just aren't really a popular thing in the world of Wind Waker on the island here, but all jokes aside, always been something that kind of amused me about the game. But as we go again into this cutscene, sure the textures aren't as noticeable here, but look at that lobster on the back of Link's shirt. Absolutely just looks stunning, and this is a game where those 4K textures definitely blend in nicely, and it doesn't feel too jarring, and that definitely is a fun little bonus. As we come out here, look at these trees in front of Link. Absolutely stunning, high res, also cel shaded at the same time. This is just something that I can't get enough of. And one day when we do have a recomp or a PC port of Wind Waker, because I'm sure it's going to happen, hopefully these 4K textures can be modded in almost at the start to give us an even prettier version of the game. Now going through Henriko's site, again linked below, you'll see here all of the different texture packs that are available. There's also a Discord server for this as well, so if you pop over, say Video Game Esoterica sent you, and don't forget to be nice because I am sending you over there. As we scroll down, you're going to see the Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. All of these downloads are also going to come with the emulators bundled within. That way all you need to do is add the game from your collection and just go ahead and start playing it. So it really is nice. All of the work has been taken care of for you by Henriko. You just need to sit down and start enjoying the game. Let's move over to my favorite of all of these different 4K texture packs. You'll see here this is Luigi's Mansion 4K. I love that Henriko makes custom title logos there as well, indicating that these are the 4K packs. And this because it goes way more towards a lifelike hue without cel shading. You can absolutely see the difference. I mean, look at that, your mansion flyer right there. That is absolutely crystal clear. As we actually get into the mansion, this is maybe one of the most impressive upscalings of any sort of texture pack I have seen before. This basically makes the game feel almost like it came out last week, not basically during the GameCube generation. And honestly, GameCube graphical aesthetics are one that I've always loved, but of course getting better textures just so you can realize more detail in the world is a 10 out of 10 any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But we're going to do one soundtrack sample here just so you can catch the vibes, see the textures, and I'll be right back with a lot more. I mean, even though that doorknob and actual lock plate is only on screen for like a second at the most, the overall detail there is just absolutely staggering. And this, as far as all of the different Henriko texture packs are concerned, I think this one absolutely looks the prettiest. And when Luigi opens the door and seems confused, I don't think it's because he's in a haunted mansion. I just think he realized it didn't look this pretty last time he was in the game. And that is just definitely something that is absolutely something I love about retro gaming in general, and why retro gaming is making a comeback. Fans and developers out there just basically use their spare time to give us prettier, better running versions of games. And the fact that Henriko has gone the extra mile, including all of the configuration, including Dolphin, in the actual zip files with the texture, it just makes everything easy, because even though I don't really think loading up custom textures in Dolphin is all that hard, I know it can trip some people up. And again, you get a little bit closer look at that actual door knob and plate there, and it looks stunning and so unlike the actual GameCube version. But the good thing is, even though it is a higher resolution and a better looking texture, it's not changing any of the personality of the game. It is just a prettier, clearer look at the art, but it is still the exact same art, and that's something I know a lot of people care about in these texture packs, not changing textures to have some sort of other vibe going on, just improving them. And the wallpaper here, the carpet on the floor, just absolutely lets you look at more of the rich detail that artists at Nintendo made back in the GameCube era. Because that really is the thing. A lot of times the art is so detailed, but because the texture resolution wasn't that high, a lot of it just kind of gets obscured into that 480p presentation or even 240p. So again, this is just something that is so fun, and all of these things can and will be useful in the recomp or PC port era for some of these games, because basically every recomp and PC port out there, people want 4K texture packs for them, or at least 1080p, and a lot of them are already supported, Banjo-Kazooie being the most famous one, at least at this point in time. So this is definitely one of the ones I'm most excited about, potentially getting a decomp and PC port, or even a static recomp one day. Marrying it together with Henriko's 4K texture pack, you're going to have the best possible version of this game ever. Now moving over to Super Mario Sunshine, this in my opinion is the best 3D Mario game ever made, even though I know most of you are going to disagree. And I apologize there, the actual menu button was mapped to a different button on the controller with the included version of Dolphin here, so I kind of got a little bit tripped up. But as we go into this over-the-shoulder view, look at some of the monsters on the ground. They look absolutely stunning and better than they've ever looked before. And because this game is so bright and so cheery with so many poppy colors, it is another instance where these textures absolutely shine and look incredible, pun very much intended for the shine sprites. And because I love this game so much, it's one, when this texture pack came out some time ago, I absolutely played it basically week one and fell in love with it. If you take a look at that banner there, it's absolutely high resolution and absolutely lousy with detail. And if we pop into the actual start menu here, exited it really quick by accident, you're going to see that even this is just so clear, and you get to look at some of the drawing just a little bit more detailed. And because again, this world is living and breathing with so many fun little touches, getting these texture packs in 4K just lets you realize more of it. We're going to do the second soundtrack sample, and I'll be right back with more. Amazing music, amazing game, and absolutely amazing textures. And every once in a while someone asks me why I do the soundtrack samples on videos that are basically just about visuals. It's so you can stop focusing on what I'm saying and just pay attention to the screen and kind of get an overall impression of what's going on. But honestly, Super Mario Sunshine, just one of those games I really wish Nintendo knew how to count to 2 and give us a sequel of this on Switch 2, but I never expect that to happen. But in the meantime, using something like Dolphin and doing 4K texture packs is going to look so much better than Super Mario 3D All-Stars that Nintendo released, because honestly, that emulation wasn't anywhere near as good as Dolphin when it launched, and it certainly hasn't gotten much better since then. But being able to just go ahead and play Super Mario Sunshine in 4K at widescreen on Dolphin is just an experience that if you like this game and you haven't tried out yet, I can't stress enough. It's just so much fun to have. And again, if you never played Super Mario Sunshine in any way, shape, or form, definitely you owe it to yourself to do so to play this one. It is one of my favorites of all time. And I will say here, if you want the most impressive 4K texture pack in my opinion, then go right to Luigi's Mansion, at least the ones I'm covering in this video. But don't forget, there's another like 9 of these things. I just kind of wanted to keep it limited to 3 as a showcase, because again, I'm sure at some point in time, all of these games are going to be 100% decompiled and imported, and hopefully we'll have 4K textures for them. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.